it gives me the pleasure to introduce Master Chief Perry.
Welcome, everybody. Before we begin, I wanted to recognize a few groups. Everybody that served in Operation Iraqi Freedom, would you guys stand up for a second? Everyone that served in Operation Iraqi Freedom, let's give you some prayer. Now let's go back a few years. Everybody that served with me in Operation Desert Storm, please rise. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank all of my family, friends, and shipmates for attending the ceremony today. Your attendance means a great deal to me. As I stand here today to say thank you and goodbye, I keep asking myself, where did all the time go? It seems like only yesterday when my father drove me down to the recruiting office to catch a train to boot camp. Yeah, in those days we took a train. I had no idea what life was about to become. In a world full of choices, the military may not seem to be an appealing one with all the conduct that we as a nation are faced with each day, but it has made a big difference in my life. As a 19-year-old young man, the Navy was the first part of me growing up. It was the first part of me getting out there and into the world. I bought my first car when I was in the Navy. I rented my first apartment when I was in the Navy. I traveled abroad for the first time while I was in the Navy. So all the first years of me growing up had a lot to do with me being in the Navy. I wouldn't change anything because it made me who I am today. After spending 23 years of my Navy career with Cargo Handling Battalion 5, I will not say I enjoyed all the undesirable hours or pretend that I like spending weeks and holidays away from my family and friends. But what I can say is that I could not have spent that time away with a better group of individuals. You've made a difference in my life, and for that I'll always cherish these memories. Speaking of memories, over the last couple of weeks as I prepared for this ceremony, I thought about many adventures that I've been on and have many fond memories, such as offloading the Greenway in Antarctica, getting my passport stamped in Hell, Norway, having drinks after my CPO pinning with Chief Harrington and Senior Chief Lynn, standing inside the Colosseum in Rome, climbing the 500-plus steps to St. Paul's Cathedral in London, drinking 2 beers on board ship in the Indian Ocean, which you very rarely do, jet skiing near Pattaya Beach in Thailand, playing bingo on Friday nights in Kuwait, driving in the cool van and singing hymns in Petersburg, hanging out at Fisherman's Wharf in Guam, touring coffee fields in Costa Rica, traveling through the Panama Canal on a battleship, partying with my friends at Johnny O's in the Philippines, and visiting the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Those are just a few highlights, but I have many more great memories. But my greatest memory was back in May of 1977 while assigned to USS Constellation. I was making my first Westpac, which is a 9-month cruise overseas. And we came in our first port call was Honolulu. I'll never forget the moment our ship pulled into Pearl Harbor and passed the Arizona Memorial. For me, it meant so much more considering my father was there on that fateful day in 1941. That moment and all the great memories during 32 years of service will stay with me forever. Today, though, it's time to say goodbye. It's a sad word, and I hate to say it to those who have been my friends and part of my life for so long. However, I don't want you to think you've seen the last of me, as I fully intend to stay in touch. Before I close, I'd like to say a few thanks to a few folks. I want to thank my family, all my cousins, and especially my sister, who's always been there to support me. I also want to thank Ingrid and the rest of the Setchi family. The first time I went home on leave after boot camp, Ingrid would tell you how I tried to do the white glove test on her furniture. I promise I won't do that anymore. But they've been very supportive since day one, so thank you very much to the Setchi family. I want to thank the Trailblazer organization. They were always supportive of the military and of my career, and I couldn't ask for a better employer. Many members of the Trailblazer organization are here today, and I appreciate your attendance. I want to thank all my commanding officers. Commander Johnson is here, Commander Corp is here, and all the rest of the SEALs that I've worked with. Their leadership guided the battalion always in the right direction. I also want to thank Master Chief DePiro, where's he at? And Master Chief Lockhart for believing in me and pushing me when I needed it. I truly would not be here today if it hadn't been for you two. I want to thank the Chiefs Mess for being patient and working as a team to resolve the many issues that arise. We have traveled many miles and accomplished many missions, but the goal that we were after was always met, and the key word to our success was teamwork. A special thanks to Chief Farrell for all the emails and conversations in order to plan and execute this wonderful ceremony. Thank you, Chief Farrell. Also, thank you, Captain Sled Johnson, for being my guest speaker, and Master Chief Lee for doing such a great job on his first retirement as Master of Ceremonies. So thank you. Finally, I have to say thanks to my father, who is no longer with us. It was his idea to join the Navy many years ago, and I think he'd be very proud, if not shocked, that I stayed in this long. My life in the Navy has taught me many things, such as honor, courage, and commitment. And as I leave the Navy to focus on a new journey of my life, I will not forget that I represented the fighting spirit of the U.S. Navy and those who have gone before me to defend freedom and democracy around the world. With that, I say goodbye, and thanks for the memories.